I am Pamela D. Wilson, caregiving expert, advocate, and speaker, and I am here with the caregiving question of the day. I offer thanks to all caregivers who email me, who go on my website, who post questions in social media so that I can answer your caregiving questions. The caregiver question for today is, why do some caregivers refuse help? And in this situation, the question is posed by a friend and a family member who all of a sudden are being shut out. Their friend, their spouse, their parent is caring for another family member, and the caregiver is saying, don't call, I don't want to see you, don't show up, I'm good. Why does this happen? Well, it happens for a number of reasons. First of all is caregiving is overwhelming, and if you are not that caregiver day in and day out, it's very difficult to understand the daily life of a caregiver and what they go through. The stress alone can cause people to isolate, become depressed, and become more anxious. I've actually had caregivers tell me that until they found caregiving support, they were this close to ending their life. Caregiving is stressful, and this is what most people on the outside don't understand. It's difficult to understand. Other reasons that caregivers might self-isolate and not allow other people in is because they want to control the situation. So there are some situations where there is an overbearing caregiver, an over-controlling caregiver who wants mom or dad or this person all to themselves. Or they feel that they are competing with other family members for care. Those are unhealthy caregiving situations. In many situations, though, the family caregiver might be asked a lot of questions. What are you doing? Why are you doing that? Do you really think that that's best for mom or dad? These caregivers who are in there working become frustrated with people who ask questions. They feel like you don't understand what their life is like, and they don't have the time or the effort or want to explain to you everything that they're doing because they have so much work to do already. You become work for a caregiver if all you're doing is asking questions, telling them what to do, saying, what's wrong with you? Why don't you want me to come visit? Stop that. Instead, stop asking questions. Offer help. Don't make suggestions. Show up. Make meals. Have them delivered. Offer to pay for a caregiver so that that person can get out. Go over the house. Help them clean house. Help them do tasks for that person. Go over and give them a break. Have something that you offer to that caregiver instead of expecting that caregiver to offer their friendship and their time and their explanations to you. I know this seems like very hard advice, but relationships in caregiving are very lopsided, especially when there's a primary caregiver who's doing everything, and family over here never lifts a finger to help. You never call, you never show up, and when you do, you're wanting all of this information. It doesn't work that way. They don't have time. Most of all, be compassionate, listen, be that friend, be that family member who helps. And as you start to do this and start to back off of the questions and all of the inquisitions, you'll notice that the caregiver becomes more relaxed. They may look forward to your visits. You might ask and say, is it okay if I show up every Saturday at 1 and I'll help you with whatever you need help with? I'll be here for an hour. I promise I won't ask you any questions. You want me to clean the bathroom? I'll do it. You want me to go get groceries? I'll do it. You make me a list? I'll do it. No questions asked. Be that best friend. Be that family member who helps the caregiver in your family. I'm Pamela D. Wilson. Helpful information for caregivers is on my website at PamelaDWilson.com. I do a weekly radio show called The Caring Generation that airs live on Wednesday nights. That information is on my website. You can follow the podcast called The Caring Generation on Apple, Google, Spreaker, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Spotify, all of your favorite podcast sites. I also have a blog on my website and a lot of caregiving support programs for caregivers and aging adults. I'll see you again in another video. And caregivers, keep sending the questions. You can post them on any of my social media channels, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. I'm happy to answer your questions. You can also press the Contact Me button when you go to my website, PamelaDWilson.com. I'll see you again soon in another video.